Hey everyone, Whitlow here, Gearbox Acres. Today we're talking about wiring on a John Deere 4010. Admittedly, when I'm shooting this, the wiring is all done. Admittedly, I didn't have much to do with it. This is my friend's tractor. Him and his dad were here. They did most of the wiring. I assisted with most of it, maybe set them back a time or two. Guilty as charged. But I'll go ahead and walk you through kind of what we did, at least when I was here. If it's just a help to anyone, we'll talk about where to get the wiring harnesses and options you have depending on where you get them and so on. Yeah, so I left the sheet metal off. That way I could go through this video here for you. Well, let's just get started. All right, so here's what we're starting with. Full wiring harness rebuild. We've got a different battery cable. We'll show how that's different than what is typically on the tractor. You've got the engine harness, and then this actually goes to the rear lamp, and then these goes to the dual lamp. All of these, the coverings are like the original, if you will. And yeah, they all come with their instructions, so we'll see how this goes. Well, obviously I shot that clip before we had started this. Before I get into what is unique about this wiring harness, I have to explain where we got this wiring harness and why we went with it and so on and so forth. So I want to say first off, I am not paid to promote this seller, where we got it, if you will, okay? I am telling you this simply because of the absolute positive experience that I had with Agri Services. It seems like that you hear good things about Brillman. I've also heard good things about Agri Services. I talked to Jim specifically when I called, and let me tell you, I was blown away. When I call somewhere, I don't want to talk to the secretary and I tell them, here's my tractor model, and they just say, okay, yeah, we have this, and that's it. With Jim, it was, well, do you need this? Well, do you need that? Do you want this? And then even like, for example, we needed a rear light for the tractor. It was completely gone. Well, there's different kinds of lights that were on the 4010. And when you look at your front lamps, does it have this double rib to it and so on? Okay, well, I can get you one of those. Well, that's this type if you want original. And just absolutely blown away. I think I was on the phone with him for an hour just talking through things, and then just talking like he knew what wires went to where on the tractor. Anyway, very impressed. Jim, if for some reason you're watching, thank you very much. But at Agri Services, they offer a circuit breaker protection for these. This tractor is still 24 volt. They had just rebuilt the starter, put a bunch of money into it. Otherwise, yeah, I probably would have considered going to 12 volt. But alas, here we are. But anyway, Agri Services, they offer this circuit breaker protection. If there's a short or something anywhere, it kicks it out, automatic resets. You won't see that anywhere else. And then how that also gets unique in the wiring setup is then so this one is going to your starter rather than this cable going to the tractor. This is actually, I believe, going over to the other battery. So you aren't, I'd have to look at it. Yeah, so that one's going over to that battery. Then that one comes over here, I think. Yeah. And what else? All of the wires, when you get them, like you saw in the video, are labeled. I will warn you, this tractor wasn't the super cleanest. I tried to power wash it and everything. It once had a hydraulic leak inside here, and then just, the rest is history with dust and so on. Feeding them through, we would actually lose the markers or what you could read on them. You could actually clean them up with like a, wet wipe or something and see the numbers again. All of the colors to the wires are like the original also. So if you look in the service manual, which I did many times also, in addition to the sheet that was provided, that told you what wire was what, you can relate, oh, this is a yellow wire. When you look in the service manual, it says the yellow wire goes to, this part of the switch and so on and so forth. So it's kind of, a backup. If you don't understand the instructions or something, you can understand it. But everything went together here very smoothly. It got a little tricky in like wiring some of the stuff through what was originally wired. I don't know how they did it originally. I think they were debating at one point how to get this through here. It looks like they got it through there. Trying to think of what else we got to talk about. There's nothing much to say really here from a switches standpoint. Let's go to the other side and up to the dash. So a couple of these, they had been kind of reconnected before and a little goofy. We actually took this bolt out here on each side. Then we were able to flex this back enough that we could get to these connections here a little bit better. So just a tip there. Same thing for getting your safety switch wires through here. It's really tight through here. What we did was we disconnected the 2 bolts here, and then that could fold out just enough to feed those wires through. Of course, you have your harness going up to your generator or alternator, if you will. Yeah, again, not much to say there. This is where I got a little confused reading the instructions, and I was able to look at the service manual, and bada bing, bada boom, everything made sense. Again, good service manual, clearly points out it. If you got something original, like you can see on the diagram, this terminal, that terminal, in terms of the layout. Of course, you have your fuel sender unit up here. You'll see we have one disconnected. This would have been for the oil light, but on this tractor, someone had hooked up an actual oil pressure gauge. So there's that. And then, let's see here. Not sure there's a couple connections in there, but I mean, you kind of figure that out. And of course, there are your wiring harnesses that go back to your fenders. So they will run down each side, go under your bracket there. And then they actually get fed up through this bar here. And they come out up top and then feed into your lights. I'm trying to think of what else there is. Yeah, there's like the light to your dash light here. So there's a wire that goes, you can see it in there. That's a plug. There's a plug for that. All in all, I don't, it's a little time consuming. Wasn't cheap, of course, but I'll show you why we did it. And this, again, is why I went for the circuit breaker protection, is when we went to start this, after we first rebuilt the rear end, something shorted in the solenoid or starter or something, and it burned all of the insulation off. Focus. It's hard to focus on that wire. It burned that wire, the coating on it, all the way off around the whole wire. It started here, went up all the way through the dash, smoked like you cannot imagine, and I thought for sure the tractor was on fire. But thankfully it was not. It was just this wire burning off. And yeah, that was it. So yeah, at this point, we're ready to put that cover back on. I'll put the floorboards back on, and the hood, everything, and this tractor will be ready to go. Just looking real quick in the back here, so you've got your wiring harness, of course, that comes back here with your clips. that feed your plug. And then of course getting the wires into here can be kind of unique. Suggest, you know, using a wire or something, pull the old wires out and pull the new ones through. You can see we got a new bracket, or a new light and a new bracket. That again is where I wasn't familiar enough with what, you know, needed to be here. And Jim, you know, when I said we needed a rear light, he's like, you know, do you need the mount, the bracket? I was like, well, I got the tube. He goes, okay, if you got the tube, you need this. So then he added that to the order and just set us up. So we are good to go. So this tractor is finally going to go home after a few months, basically a whole rear end rebuild, eliminating the 1,000 PTO. Got that in another video if you want to see that. And yeah, it's springtime, so this tractor's going home to start plowing. Well, hopefully that'll help someone. Sorry I didn't go too detailed maybe into it, or do kind of a step-by-step. If you need help with anything, let me know. I can see if my friend can, you know, snap a picture of something. And if you need some help, like I said, call Jim at Agri Services. He'll help you out. And yeah, we'll move on to other projects. So let me know what you guys are all working on. Excited to get this out of here and, you know, finish up some other projects. Got plenty of them going on. So you all have a good day, and we'll see you on the next round.